Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect that are scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth. To you I say, Shalom. And so, yeah, things are definitely about to get worse. Things are going to get much worse very soon. And the hopeful elect who have been given an eye salve and the spirit to see these things that are coming by the report, know very well what time we in, man. It's in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. We have no need that someone should write unto us, because we know very well, man, that we're in a time of evil. But opposed to that, the 2/3 have no idea of the evils that are coming. And it's funny because you got a re-emergence of scoffers and mockers. People who are openly mocking and making light of the Hebrew Israelites in their comedy shows or whatever, or just as simple as Christian nigga who just wants to save Esau, man. These guys that are rising have no clue of the evils, the snares that Yahweh Shai is getting ready to bring. And we through the Spirit, we can see these things about to take place, and we're just waiting, because Lord willing, in those times, we'll get a chance to laugh and chuckle a little bit at you niggas out there in your pain, because you're gonna laugh now. You can laugh now, but you're gonna cry later, right? And we just hope that we are part of that mercy by subscribing to this truth and being preserved, like the scripture says that we would in the time of evil, man. So laugh it up, man. Live it up, laugh it up, because you only got but a short time to do so. So yeah, by now, you probably heard about the Saudi Arabia thing, them looking to separate themselves from the petrodollar and join the BRICS. Was a major move, within the world economy, all right? And that's going to have a detrimental effect on everybody's pockets, all right? Everybody's going to be hurting pretty soon. And that's what we're going to go into. So evils are getting ready to, ensue on the earth, all right? So real quick, let's get Isaiah 33:6, oldie but goodie. So it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation," right? So the proper wisdom, guidance, instructions of these scriptures, as you read in Proverbs, the 2nd chapter, let's get that real quick, as a matter of fact. All right, because this knowledge and wisdom was designed to deliver you from the snares and pitfalls of Esau. So Proverbs 2:10, "Wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul." It says, "Discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee." See, discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee. And that's, of course, wisdom right there. It says, "To deliver thee from the way of the evil man," the evil man being Esau, snares and traps, right? "From the man that speaketh forward things." So the Lord has given us his mercy in the form of the proper knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures to allow us to escape this man's snares dealing with this NWO, seeing that he would come down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. And so again, Isaiah 33:6, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation." So you actually knowing, the past, present, and future events according to the scriptures, will allow you to mentally prepare yourself for the battle by you putting on this spiritual armor, first starting with the name of Yahweh Shai, and after that, the proper knowledge that would, guard your mind, all right, from these traps and snares. That was going to keep you stable amongst all this evil during the time of the famine, the time of societal collapse, the collapse of the dollar, because now your trust lies within who? Yahweh Shai, and not Esau. Isaiah 10:20. So yeah, that's going to be the stability of your times. It's going to keep you stable, and it's going to be the strength of your salvation, man. right? The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is his treasure. So a lot of Israelites don't actually fear the Lord. And that's the reason why they don't subscribe to this truth, this warning, because they don't believe the things that we speak about through the Holy Spirit are coming, as far as Jacob's trouble, society collapsing, them not being able to purchase foods due to inflation, hyperinflation, and ultimately there being no food to obtain at all unless you have this charagma, all right, which is going to come in the form of what that great hour of temptation. So once this dollar falls, it's going to pay way for this chip to be implemented. And without the fear of the Lord, you will submit unto this system and take this man's mark. Okay? Unless you die some way before that. But yeah, this knowledge was designed to keep us from this man's NWO. Seeing he's trying to, chip the masses and create perpetual slaves. But only the elect, the remnant, would really hearken to the support and prepare their minds. Okay? And keep those sayings that are written. So Luke 21:34. And take heed to yourselves. And this is mainly talking about the elect, because we understand know what time we're in. So the Lord is saying, hey, take heed. While you got this truth, take heed unto yourself, lest at any time your hearts or your minds be overcharged with satiety and drunkenness and cares of this life, you see? And cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares. Because there's many distractions out here designed to steer you off the path of prophecy, to keep you from watching, especially dealing with the ills of this life, things progressively getting harder to come by, food, whatever kind of necessity you need, that can distract you from the will of Yahweh Shemashah. How you seeking for other ways of comfort by, which it ain't nothing wrong with trying to get some extra money, but when these things have preeminence over your mind, now you start to lose track of what this thing is all about. All right. So it says, verse 35, for as a snare shall it come on all them, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth, man. See that? On the whole earth. And basically, when this whole society system collapses, that's going to be a snare. It's going to happen suddenly. And that's what's being prepared right now, man. Okay? And the world is not ready for, but we are, the hopeful elect. So 36 says, watch ye therefore. And what are we watching for? The prophecies. And pray always. Yeah. Because we're saved by hope. So we have to pray. And you pray to who? Yahweh Shemashah. You can't pray to Christ or Jesus or Buddha or any other deity out there to save you from this madness, man, because it's being brought by those powers. Yahweh Shemashah. It says, and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Yeah. Because the scripture says that we're going to go through the worst time that it's ever been on the face of the earth. All right. And once you read the report, the evils that are going to take place, we know that the words that are written are not going to amount unto the real life, terror is going to play out through these words that are spoken. It's going to be far worse than what we can read, man. So we're just praying for mercy to be delivered from these times that are coming. Okay. Cannibalism coming back, mass death by famine, pestilences, wild beasts, you name it. War, okay, Civil War, World War III, nukes, okay. A lot of things we brought forward to destroy millions of people. And only a remnant is going to be able to, escape with their life. So right here from cgwall.com, it says Saudi Arabia, petrodollar, a shift in global financial paradigms. All right. It says a lapsed security agreement signed by the United States signed by the United States and Saudi Arabia on June 8, 1974, establishes two joint commissions, one for the economic cooperation and the other for Saudi Arabia's military need. Yeah, so basically that's how America gets down. They promise you protection as long as you let us use our resources. All right. And it's all a fucking snap at the end of the day. And was said to herald an era of increasingly close cooperation between the two countries. So let's see what else we got up in here. Okay, so let me jump let's jump to this other article right here from WatcherGuru.guru. So it says BRICS. What happens if Saudi Arabia ditches the US dollar for oil? Okay. So we'll skip on down. Now let's read this part here. So it says Saudi Arabia's induction into the BRICS alliance threatens the US dollar's prospects as a de facto currency for oil payments. Mohammed Al Jadaan, Saudi Arabia's finance minister, announced a week before the 15th BRICS summit in August that the kingdom was considering dropping the US dollar for international oil trade. The statement ruffled a lot of feathers in the US and the Western world, but was welcomed by developing countries. Okay, let's read on. It says oil is Saudi Arabia's primary and most valuable natural resource. Okay, the kingdom exports millions of barrels of oil every year to both developing and developed countries in the West. Al Jadaan's comments indicate that Saudi Arabia might someday accept all local currencies for oil payments and not the US dollar. All right. So let's keep on down. Now, right here it says trillions worth of US dollars will come back to America if Saudi Arabia ditches US dollar for oil trade. Okay, so trillions of dollars will come back into America because they wouldn't use, these foreign nations wouldn't use the dollar no more, man. So that's almost like you you blowing air into a balloon. All right, it's just trapped in one place, and the more air you put in the balloon, what's going to happen? So it says if Saudi Arabia drops US dollar for oil, many other countries will follow suit and sell their treasury bonds. You see, all countries offloading US treasury bonds to buy oil from Saudi Arabia will begin to settle trade in local currency. And so that's going to weaken the dollar, of course, and inflation is going to go up, like we're going to read right here. And it's going to create chaos, man. So it says the development will strengthen the BRICS local currencies and their native economies going forward. If trillions of US dollars are sold, if trillions of US dollars are sold, you don't want to deal with this shit no more. Inflation will begin to spiral in America. All right, so they lose its value. The U.S. will find it hard to fund its deficit, and the situation might also lead to hyperinflation. All right, and yeah, that's going to be hyperinflation. The scripture goes into that, man. Okay, let's look at this definition of hyperinflation. Hyperinflation refers to rapid and unrestrained price increases in an economy, typically at rates exceeding 50% each month over time. Right? It can occur due to excessive money printed by a central bank. Okay, hyperinflation can cause a surge in prices for essential goods such as food and fuel. There are three types of hyperinflation: creeping, galloping, and walking. It can have severe consequences for an economy. All right, and that's what's coming: hyperinflation eventually. So it says, read here to know how many sectors in the U.S. will be affected if BRICS completely stops using the U.S. dollar. Okay, so that's pretty much the point on that. So if these nations are not taking in the U.S. dollar, they sign with the BRICS, all right? They're dropping the U.S. dollar, inflation gonna go up, all right? And people gonna start losing their damn minds, okay? So that leads me into 2 Edward 16 real quick. And Esdras, okay, was showed vision of the end time and all the hell that would break loose. So much where he was like, damn. Verse 17, it says, woe is me, who would have lived me in those days, man? Okay, and we coming to those same times that he was seeing. Let me see if I can get this in the GNT. All right, so 17 says, I'm doomed. Who will rescue me in those days? And the answer would be Yahushua, who says that because I has kept the word of my patience, I will deliver thee from the hour of temptation. Revelation 3 and 10. It says, troubles will come and many people will groan. Famine will come and many will die. Wars will come and the world powers will tremble. Disasters will come and everyone will be terrified. What would people do when these disasters come, man? So he was seeing all of that. And we're about to we're about to go through that shit. We're about to go through the fire, man. Okay? So famine, epidemics, troubles, and sufferings are sent as punishment and correction. all right, are sent to punish and correct people. And right now, the elect are being corrected, so they won't be, punished with the word per se. Okay, we're being chastised and corrected right now to amend our ways, so that we won't be punished with the world when all this hell breaks through. Because again, Jake is not considering his ways or their ways, and they're gonna have to suffer these things when they hit. Second is 8 and 50, right? Many great mysteries shall come to those that walked in great pride. All right. So real quick, verse 21, it says the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people would think a time of peace and plenty has arrived. And that's pretty much where they at right now. Food is still kind of relatively cheap, even though a Big Mac has went from like I think $3 back in 2019 to like $8, something like that. From a recent report, food is almost, they call them what fast food a delicacy now. All right. So it's hard to get these things right now, but how much more when this inflation, hyperinflation really kicks into where like a loaf of bread or something like that costs like $200 or more. Okay. It's going to get like that. The time is coming because your dollar at some point is not going to mean shit. Once they start dealing with this dollar, man, it's just going to inflate more and more. The more they create, it's blowing more air into the balloon, and eventually, it's going to pop. So again, the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people would think a time of peace and plenty has arrived. But then disaster will spring up everywhere. Wars, famine, and great confusion, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? What am I going to do? I can't feed my children. I can't feed my family. I lost my job. I can't, all these things are going to come like a whirlwind. You see, only elect will be stable enough in these times to understand and know the report so that they may deal with it. The only way that you're going to be able to deal with this is by praying to Yahweh Shema Shai. And so verse 22, many people on the earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war. All right, their corpse will be thrown out like garbage, and there will be no one left to comfort the living. Okay, the earth will be deserted, and the city is demolished. So the Lord's going to bring all hell unto America for its pride. And you niggas can't see it. Niggas are still mocking. At a time like this, man, when the economy is weak as hell, and we're sitting back warning you that this shit finna go down, But Jake gotta learn the hard way. Jake got to learn the hard way, man. So real quick, let's get 2 into 15. Because when this dollar falls, man, it's gonna create so much hell and chaos that we're gonna be crying for help from Yahweh Shema Shai. And we're gonna be the only ones that know the way of peace in those days. So real quick, 2 into 15, verse 14, it says, the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring that destruction is very near, and eventually World War III, is gonna spring up. Okay, America is in between a rock and a hard place, and so they're gonna have to go to war. It says nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control, civil war, while ignoring the legitimate government. See that? There will be no longer free access to the cities. Let me lock down, because the struggle for power will bring destruction. See, because the struggle for power, America trying to maintain that power, will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live, man. So driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. See, so once this shit collapses, the famine is going to drive all of this madness, the love of many waxing cold, people robbing their neighbors for a piece of bread. Okay, people committing cannibalism, killing their family members, man, all to what? To survive. So in those times, the only thing that's going to be able to save you is protection from Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Okay, so we're very close to that point. All right. And the Lord's going to cause these nations to come up against America. So right here from Watcher.guru, it says BRICS, Feds acknowledge sanctions led to de-dollarization. So you got these devils over here in America that love to put sanctions on different nations, pretty much stifling their economy. And they have not forgotten about that, man. So that's the reason why some of them are siding with the BRICS, because they see how treacherous these damn devils are, man. Right, with this American dollar. Okay, so America had rolled a stone. Now that stone is rolling back upon them. Real quick, to get to Proverbs 26, I believe. And 27. So it says, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. And this is basically America, Esau and America in a nutshell. All right. They dug pits for other, crush others' economies, and they consider the fact that, hey, the same pit that they dug, they're going to fall into that same pit. Okay. And also they rolling a stone on others, and again, they're not considering that the Most High is a just balance, man. And that's the reason why these things are taking place. So as they have sown, that's what they're going to reap, man. Okay. Also, they're going to receive those stones in the form of nukes. Once the Lord sends forth these nukes from these different nations. All right. Is that Jeremiah? Is that Isaiah? Jeremiah 51:7, real quick. So right here, this is all for Israel. Let's read verse 5, Jeremiah 51:5. For Israel have not been forsaken, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, don't you elect, nor Judah of his power. All right. So yeah, you got the northern kingdom and you got, all right, the southern kingdom. Represents, Judah represents the southern kingdom. So it says, of the Lord Yahweh Basham host, though the land was filled with sin against the whole one of Israel, so the Lord has not forsaken us. And that's the reason why we got this truth. So it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, right? So you're supposed to spiritually flee out of America, forsake this place spiritually, and look for what a new heaven and a new earth under our Lord Yahweh Basham Shai. The only way that you can flee, man, is understanding the will of the Most High and the fact that America needs to be destroyed, in order for goodness to come. This is our place of captivity, man. So there's no reason why you should be holding on and clinging on to America. So it says, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. See, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And that recompense, that payback, has already started. Okay. So it says, Babylon, okay, matter of fact, verse 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken spiritually. See, the nations have drunken of a wine of philosophies, therefore their nations are mad. And America pretty much bullied these nations into accepting their philosophies. Again, they got the power of the dollar and the military, and they can use those two entities to oppress these nations, forcing their philosophies upon them. If they don't accept this or that, they get sanctioned, or economic hitmen get sent out. This is how this damn devil has pretty much ruled the earth with Babylon, with his military, and by them obtaining the power of the dollar, man. Okay. So the nations are mad that they become foolish, and they're also, pissed off as well. So Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed. So these nations are going to turn their back on America as they're doing now, join the BRICS, and they're going to come up against this whore, man. Okay. They're going to come up against America and they're going to burn it. So Jeremiah 51:8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed, and this place cannot be healed. 34 trillion plus in debt. There's no coming back from that. And it's only going to get worse as they back out from the U.S. All right. So it said, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies, man. So this is these different nations forsaking this place because they see what's coming. Only ones that are blind to what's going on is you niggas out there. You Jakes. So yeah, verse 10. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah had brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah. Okay? So yeah, the Lord has brought forth his righteousness in the form of us being able to receive his truth, to proclaim these things, man, to declare these things amongst the nations, amongst our people, amongst the whole world. Okay, that America is going to fall, and eventually the elect, the Israelites, will be set back in their proper position as rulers in this earth. So these are beautiful times if you are in the spirit. All right. So, hey, call hello, Yahweh Shemashah, Lord willing. We'll be out of here soon. That's what we're waiting on. So, hey, with that, Lord willing, you're edified. We give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, the abundance to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Until the next time I say, Shalom.